गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः श्रीदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ वृषभं च शनीनां विश्वरूपमदाभ्यं बृहस्पतिं वरेण्यम् ॐ तद्विष्णोः परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिविव चक्षुराततम् ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं ज्योतिर्ब्राह्माय नमः। Can everyone say Hare Ram Krishna 3 times? Om Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna. Okay. So where are we in BPHS? Fourth Lord is over. So we have to start fifth house. Okay. Chapter 24, right? Okay. Red light is on.
It goes off, we exchange that.
Okay. How do we do that? So I put like this.
So your focus is there, not on the top.
Okay, now we'll do fifth lord. Bottom line is if it stops, we have no choice anyway. We still have it. We'll have another battery? Yeah. Oh, I see. So we have a choice. So have a look on it.
Yeah, we have alternative.
Okay. Okay, now we are in the fifth lord. Sute se lagnage jato vidvan putra sukhanvitah kadaryo vakrachittascha paradravyapaharakah. Actually, can you do one thing? Can you turn it off so that... Yeah, there is no noise for the recording. Sute se lagnage jato vidvan putra sukhanvitah kadaryo vakrachittascha paradravyapaharakah. Sute se lagnage jato. If the fifth lord is in Lagna, fifth lord is in first house. Such a person, what will you guess? Will it be good results or bad results? Excellent results. Okay, we'll see. Vidwan. What does Vidwan mean? Scholar. Putra sukhanvitaha means he has
Happiness from children.
happiness from children. Kadaryaha means somebody who doesn't spend a lot of money, who's basically not miserly. Miserly?
Miser or 50?
It could be either, basically. It's tough to say exactly this what it means, but somebody who doesn't spend a lot of money. Vakrachittascha. Vakrachittah means
A weird...
crooked minded. Basically not straightforward. Somebody who is not straightforward. Paradravyapaharakaha. One who takes away the money of other people. Who snatches away money from other people. Okay, so your guess wasn't perfectly right. But the thing is, it is a good combination. The thing is, he chose to emphasize on some negatives so that you know those are also possible. But what you said is right. If fifth lord is in Lagna, it is actually a good combination. Okay. Now Vidwan, why is he a scholar?
Scholarship is in
Lagna. Lagna of the basic nature of the person. So the scholarship affects the basic nature of the person. So he is seen as a scholarly person. He is essentially a scholar by nature. Putra sukhanvitaha. Fifth house is children, apart from scholarship. So somebody who's lucky with children. He has good children, nice children, they listen to him, they come up well in life, so many possibilities. But he is lucky with children. Now, Kadaryaha. Why is he miserly?
one thing is when he is happiness from children.
Yeah.
Fifth Lord being responsible for children, being in Lagna, we are saying that. But what makes it happiness or unhappy? Because it is effect of children, but it is happy or unhappy. What is making that?
That's a very good point. Does it really, fifth lord is in Lagna means the person's...
Some effect from children.
Yeah, so person's nature, attitude has some relation to children. So he is actually, there is a lot of attention to children basically. The person has to pay a lot of attention to children. It may be telling everybody, oh, my son is the Prime Minister of India. Or it may be, oh my God, my son doesn't want to study. My son doesn't know what he wants to do. So you are worried about it. So it could be either way. You are absolutely right. So Parasara is basically talking about the positive here. If the fifth lord is in Lagna, could it show worry with respect to children? Is it possible?
Yes.
It is possible if the fifth lord is afflicted or weak. But in general, the fifth lord is not only in Lagna showing the person is a little preoccupied with the children, but also is aspecting the fifth house by half aspect. So, and also he is in a trine from the fifth house. If you take fifth house as Lagna, the Lagna lord is in the ninth house. Situation of Lagna lord is in the ninth house. Is it good for Lagna? It is. So children are basically fortunate because Lagna lord is in ninth house for him. So he has fortunate children. That's the bottom line. So very likely his children are fine. Only problem is if the fifth house and this planet both are afflicted, then there is a possibility that children are unable to realize their fortune and the father is preoccupied with them, with their fortune. Now why is he miserly? Why is he not spending money?
Money is from second house.
Yeah.
And loss of money or expense of money should be from first house. How we
Okay.
so
Money is from the second house. We are not talking about whether he is wealthy or not. We are saying he doesn't like to spend his money. That's all. Spending is shown by which house? 12th house.
yeah, but if you take for money aspect, wealth or money, if you take second house as a Lagna, then he will from second.
That's right. But the thing is, if you take second house, you are looking at his financial position. You are not looking at his spending instincts. His spending behavior should be seen from which house? 12th house is the house of spending. So from the 12th house, of course, this planet has an Argala on it. This planet, who's in Lagna, has an Argala on the 12th house. Planets in Lagna always have an Argala on the 12th house. So they have an influence on the spending of the person. But what house does he own from the 12th house? 6th house of obstacles. So he wants to create obstacles to the spending of this person. I mean, in general, irrespective of where he is, the fifth lord doesn't really want to spend you. He wants to create obstacles to spending, especially when he is having an influence, a strong influence on the 12th house. The desire to put brakes on spending, they will basically be realized because of the Argala. So because he is the sixth lord from 12th house and has Argala on the 12th house, he basically puts brakes on the spending. It doesn't mean he is a miser, but the thing is, when the planet's periods come, there are some brakes on the spending activities of the person. Vakrajittasya. He is crooked-minded. He is not straightforward. Why? That's unfair. When a trine lord is in a trine, to say he is crooked-minded, what could be the reason? Can you think of any possible explanation of it? For the crooked mind.
Crooked, that means that has
Ninth house,
How do you see
crookedness.
how straightforward a person is? The straightforwardness of the person. Which house shows whether the person is straightforward or cunning, deceptive?
Should be 10th house.
For me?
Should be 10th house because there is a part of his character.
Yeah, 10th house is part of the character. Absolutely. So 10th house shows, apart from the karma, the actions of the person, 10th house is the house of the basic character of the person. The basic character and the conduct of the person in the world. So this planet, from the 10th house, he has again Argala on 10th house. Just like 12th house, now he is basically giving another result based on the same principle. There is an Argala on the 10th house. But is it a good Argala on the 10th house? No. It's Argala of the 8th Lord from 10th house. He's a scholar, no doubt. But when it comes to conducting the society, he's not really, he doesn't want straightforwardness there. He's not basically conducive to good conduct there, good character, because he's the 8th Lord from the 10th house. Okay? By the way, 10th house is important for basic character of the person. For example, there is a yoga called Amala Yoga. How many of you remember what it is?
Which one?
Amala Yoga. Not Vimala Yoga. Vimala Yoga is 12th Lord in 12th house. Amala Yoga shows somebody who is spotless in the society, whose behavior in the society is spotless. He has an excellent reputation. Exactly, excellent. You have a good memory. So benefics are in the 10th house from Lagna and Moon, or at least from Lagna. So that is Amala Yoga. Some people only say Lagna also, they don't say Moon. But if Lagna and Moon, the 10th house from them are having benefits, it is good. So Amala Yoga, so the thing is, the 10th house is important to see the spotlessness of the person's reputation. Because reputation we normally see from the 5th house, but that reputation is basically following. 5th house is your followers, people who want to emulate you. But the 10th house is reputation as in, people say, oh, he did this, indeed, he did that, he behaves like this. So all that behavior, your behavior in the society is also from the 10th house, not just your work. Okay. So the 8th Lord from the 10th house, having Argala on the 10th house, shows some spots on the behavior of the person. So he is not spotless in behavior.
But from the angle, is that basic characteristic, when we say character of a person, we just see the basic characteristics, because in this case will it be during that dasha of the planet?
It will in general be basic characteristics, but there may be more pronounced in the dasha of the planet, during the dasha of the planet. Okay? Now, the next result. Paradravyapaharakaha. One who takes away money from other people. One who takes away other people's money. Why? That is weird. Why does he take away money from other people? Tell me.
It could be anybody, somebody.
Yeah. Other people are always seen from 7th house. 11th house is for close friends, etc. So 7th house is the other people. So other people's money is from?
So do we say other people's money is 8th house, second from 7th?
Yeah, exactly. That is why 8th house in your chart is basically money that you get from other people. You just inherit. It's not your money, it's other people's money. It's the second house from 7th house. So 8th house is the house of easy money. Other people's money basically that becomes yours. So why is this planet conducive to taking away other people's money? So if you take the second house from 7th house as the Lagna, which is basically the 8th house, right? If you take the 8th house, for me?
He's the 10th Lord in 6th.
He's the 10th Lord in 6th. So what does it mean? He's the 10th Lord in 6th. From the 8th house of easy money or inheritance or other people's money, he is the 10th Lord in the 6th house. So what does it mean? He is basically one Upajaya Lord in the other Upajaya. 3rd, 6th, 10th and 11th are the Upajaya. So if the Lord of one Upajaya is in another Upajaya, it shows some kind of accumulation. So if a Lord of Upajaya is in another Upajaya from 2nd house, it's basically your accumulation of money. If this is with respect to the 8th house, it means it is basically easy money. Money acquired in gambling or money acquired by inheritance from somebody else or some other deed basically. Bottom line is easy money. There is some possibility of accumulation of easy money. So that has been expressed as Paradravyapaharaka. So he may not really be killing people and taking their money. He may just be mitigating or whatever he does he may do. Bottom line is he has a good chance of accumulating a lot of money easily.
Or being a parasite.
For me?
Being a parasite.
Possibly. But he gets easy money. That's the bottom line. Wow, very The next verse. Sute se dhanage jato bahuputro dhananvitah kutumba poshako mani tripriya suyacha bhuvi. Sute se dhanage jato. If the fifth lord is in second house, a person born like that, bahuputro dhananvitah. He has a lot of children and dhananvitah. He is endowed with money. Kutumba poshako means one who feeds the family. Of course, anybody feeds family. But what it means is somebody who gets a lot of money and feeds a lot of people. Probably not just wife and children anybody feeds, but maybe brother, sister, father, mother, uncle. Basically somebody who has a big family and who's the pillar of strength for that family, earning money and sustaining them. Kutumba poshako mani means one who has honor, respect, a respectable, honorable person in the society. Sri priyaha means liked by woman or liked by wife. Sri can mean wife, also it can mean woman in general, woman folk. What exactly Parasara means, we are not sure. We will figure out later. But he is saying one of the two. Suyachah bhuvi. Suyachah means good reputation. So one who has good fame in the world. Bhuvi means honor in the world. Okay. Sute se dhanage jato. Okay. If the fifth lord is in second house, why will he have lot of children? Fifth lord in the second house. Why should there be children?
Fifth lord is fifth house is of children.
Right? And the lord is in a kendra. Okay, go ahead. Finish your
He is in the house of family.
Exactly. Good. Yeah. So I have a lot of children in the family. Very good. Very good. And also fifth lord is in a kendra from the fifth house, so that is conducive to having good children and lot of children, etc. Now, apart from it, dhananvidaha. He has a lot of money. Why does he have a lot of money? Yeah, he is putting his ability, the planet who controls his abilities is in the house of money. So he basically he puts the intelligence into money. So he has a lot of money. Moreover, taking the second house as Lagna, the fourth lord is in Lagna. Is it good or bad? Kendra lord in Lagna. It's a good thing. So basically he has a lot of money. Kutumba poshako, one who basically feeds the family. Why? Second house is the house of family. And from the second house as Lagna, he is the fourth lord in Lagna. Fourth lord means property. So for the family, this planet shows a lot of properties for the family, like big houses, big vehicles. So he basically he basically provides lot of luxuries, lot of comforts, and also some peace of mind to the family, and lot of properties, real estate properties to the family. So movable and immovable properties. So he's basically he's a patriarch who's basically bringing up a big family, who's basically putting up a big family. Mani, he is respected in the society. How do you see that? How do you see that honorable? Why is he honorable?
Honor also comes from fifth house.
Honor comes from fifth house. Fifth house is ability.
10th house, right?
10th house is honor. The respect in the society and the honor in the society is from the 10th house. Okay? So from the 10th house, this planet is 8th lord, right? 8th lord in the 5th house. Is that good or bad? 8th lord in the 5th house. Yeah.
Good or bad? Because
It can be good or bad. Can be good or bad. Like
yes. So now we have both the. No, you don't need to. This is recording, right? Okay. So yeah. Okay. So we can switch to this. Yeah. When I speak, they are blinking. Now they stop. Now they okay. Okay. Why is he Sri Priya? Yeah, sir. Taking the 7th house as Lagna is the 11th lord in the 8th house. So It is FI. If you want to see FI, you can see it is in the 8th house. So what? What does it mean? If you see what? Okay, like we did earlier, which is 11th house. Yeah, 11th house is basically people you know closely, your friends, etc. So taking the 11th house, he has an agla on it. We said earlier, 7th house is the relationship, and 5th house is the emotional, how they basically attach to you. That is the 5th house, their attachment, their emotional attachment to you. That is why the 11th house, the 5th from 7 is your close friends, people who know you, who attach to you. Not just any relation, but people who know you well. So from the 11th house, this planet has an agala. Yeah, 4th agala, Sukhargala. Sukhargala. He has Sukhargala on the 11th house, and he is a quadrant lord. He is the 7th lord of interactions. So from the 11th house of friends, this planet is 7th lord in the 4th house, in the Sukha sthana. 7th lord of interaction in the 4th house of Sukha, having Argala on Lagna. So his friends, maybe I am not sure why it is three, it is women, but in general his friends are very comfortable with him and have a good relationship with him. Now Suyasha Bhuvi, Suyasha Bhuvi, he has good reputation in the on earth. Why? Again, reputation is seen from 5th house. So 5th lord in a Kendra from the 5th house. So he has good reputation, and he is in a trine from the 10th house also. So he is in general good reputation. The next verse is Sute se sahaje bhave jayate sodara priyah pishunasya kadaryasya swakarya niratah sada. Okay. Suteshe dhana sahaje bhave. If the 5th lord is in the 3rd house, jayate sodara priyaha. One who is liked by his, who is attached to his brothers. One who is liked by brothers and who likes the brothers. So one who has a good relationship, one who is close to brothers. That is how I can put it. So somebody who is close to brothers is born with the 5th lord in the 3rd house. Pishunasya. What does Pishuna mean? Actually, I am not 100% sure. It's probably, but Khadaryasya is also there. That is majorly. I am not sure what Pishuna is. Probably it has to do with the Telugu word Pishnari, like you said, but I haven't seen that word before. So I have to look up in the dictionary. He translates as Kovan, be a tail bearer. What does tail bearer mean? What is the? I don't know the English word as well as the Sanskrit word here. Tail bearer. Not tail, T-A-I-L, but T-A-L-E, tail bearer. Okay, I have no idea what it is. And Pishuna. It doesn't, I can't, somebody who says things from here, there and things from there. Maybe. But the thing is, I can't really figure out where this word is coming from. I'll postpone this particular word, I am not sure. Khadaryasya is a miserly person. Swakarya niratah sada means he is interested in his own work, not interested in helping others. He is basically selfish, self-centered, but he does a good job with his work. Okay, so why is he attached to brothers? The 5th house is not only the house of fame, children, etc. It is the house of your emotional, your discretion, your judgment, your emotional attachments, etc. So if the Lord, whichever house he is in, he may have an attachment to that person. That is one possibility. So if Lord in the 3rd itself can give some attachment to the other. Apart from it, is there anything else? For me? Yeah? Yeah? So you are saying from the third house he is the third lord in Lagna. You are saying third lord in Lagna from the third house. Is that what you are saying? Taking the third house of Pradesh as Lagna, the third lord is in Lagna. The third lord shows initiative. So in Lagna. So basically he shows, what does he show? Brothers are? Yeah, he can show brothers are very brave. Brothers have a lot of initiative. There is a lot of cooperation between the brothers, okay. Is there any other point you can make? Okay. Then let's go to the next one. Kadaryasya. Why is he miserly? What? Here also it is there. Krishnasya Kadaryasya Pakarya Niratastada. So why is this guy also a miser? Why is he a miser? Why is he a miser? Again, is there an Argala and the 12th house? And is he at the Sthana Lord in the 12th house? Yes, same logic as before. He finished for the second house Argala, now he is giving the same result for the fourth house Argala. Bottom line is, his agenda is to put some brakes on the spending. And he has an Argala on the house of spending. So, he is giving some brakes on spending. He is vetoing some spending, this particular planet. So, he is again Kadaryasya, okay? Okay. Swakarya Niratah Sada. He is interested in his work. Why? He is interested in his work. Yeah? So 10th house he is basically work in the society. Okay? So he is in the 6th house. So, what does it mean? Okay, he is accumulating work, okay? Okay. He is in an Objaya from the 10th house. So he basically accumulates his accolades. He builds his resume basically. And if you look at 10th house as the series of things you have done, he basically accumulates his resume. Now, in addition, the third house is the house of initiative. So this person, he basically, because the planet is in the third house, it shows lot of initiative. So the person is putting in lot of initiative. But see, all we are saying is he has a lot of initiative, he gets lot of things done and builds his things done. But what is here that tells you he is interested in his as opposed to other people? Why is he not really that much into helping other people as much as he is in doing his agenda? Swami? Yeah. I mean, why is he not helping other people? Why is he not necessarily helping other people? Yeah, tell me. Swami? See, yeah, if you want to help other people, basically the giving nature and helping nature, partly is from the 12th house of giving, 12th house of compromise, 12th house of humility. But the thing is, because the 12th house, from the 12th house, this planet's agenda is not conducive, and he has an Agala on the 12th house. He is not somebody who is helping other people, who is giving what he has, whether it is time or energy or, more importantly, money. He is not really giving it to other people. On the other hand, if you take the second house of his wealth, this planet is having Argala on it. He is the fourth lord in the second house. He is basically second from second lord. He is in the second from second. So, he is basically accumulating his money. And he is accumulating his karma. Because 10th house, like he said, okay, from 10th house. So, you are seeing only all these factors, not the 12th house of compromise, etc. So he is not somebody who compromises and helps others, but he does his own work. The next verse is Sute se sukha bhavasthe Sakha bhavasthe, right? Sute se Sakha Bhav, actually probably Sukha Bhavasthe. Sute se Sukha, it's a typo. Sute se Sukha Bhavasthe, because Sakha Bhava is 11th house, the result doesn't make sense. It's probably Sukha. Sute se Sukha Bhavasthe, Sukhi Matra Sukhan Vitaha, Lakshmi Yuktah, Subuddhischa, Ragno Matyo Thava Guruhu. Okay. Sute se Sukha Bhavasthe. If the fifth lord is in the fourth house, Sukhi, he is happy, peaceful, comfortable. Matra Sukhan Vitaha. He has happiness from mother. Lakshmi Yuktaha. He has wealth, lot of wealth. Subuddhischa. He has good character, good thinking, good intelligence. Rajnaha, of king. Amatyaha, minister. Athava, or Guruhu, teacher. He is either a teacher or a minister or a respected minister to the king. Especially somebody respected by king. Why? For me? Okay, fifth lord of judgment and the emotions is in the fourth house of comfort, so he is happy, excellent. Also connecting a trine to the quadrant and Lakshmi, Vishnu's blessings, fifth and fourth connection. Mata Sukhan Vidaha, happy with mother, well again, fourth house of mother. Now he said Mata Sukha, can he also be happy with his TV, his car, his other vehicles, his properties, etc., his house? Yeah, in general, happy with the fourth house matter. He is in a good piece of, he is emotionally happy with his properties and mother and with his heart and with his education and so on. Lakshmi Yuktaha, he is wealthy. Why is he wealthy? Why does he have money? Does he show accumulating money? Why does he show accumulating money? Is he conducive to accumulating money? How do you see wealth of a person? Lakshmi. Okay, that is also a good point. From the 11th house of gains, he is in the 6th house, Upasaya. But gains is one thing. If you have to have a lot of Lakshmi with you, it's not enough to have gains. It's enough to, you need to have possession. You need to have wealth accumulated. Where do you see accumulated wealth from? 11th is only incoming, it's a flow. But some may be going out. What is with you, what is staying with you is from a different house. Which house shows wealth, accumulated wealth of the person? What? 8th house is easy money. Which house is the basic wealth of the person? Second, yeah, second house, please. Second house is the house of wealth. So, does he have, what is his influence on second house? He is an Upasaya. Third from second. So, Upasayas are always for accumulating, especially with money, especially with material things. When you are talking about material things, Upasayas are always, they show abundance, they show growth. So, he has a lot of initiative relating to wealth and he accumulates wealth. Lakshmi Yuktaha Subuddhischa. He has good intelligence. He is smart. Why? Well, fifth lord of intelligence is in a quadrant having Argala and the Lagna, basic nature of the person. So, his basic nature is influenced by his judgment and discretion. So, he has a good judgment and he is an intelligent person. Rajnaha Amatyaha Athava Guruhu. He is either a minister or a teacher to the king. Why? Okay. So, he gives fifth house excellent. Fifth house is the house of judgment and discretion. Being in the 12th house, he uses and scholarship. He uses the scholarship. He gives it to other people. He is somebody who is sharing his judgment, scholarship, discretion with other people. So, he is somebody respected, somebody in a counseling kind of position in the society. Now, why king? Well, he is aspecting 10th house. So, apart from being the fifth lord in 12th from 5th, he is the fifth lord aspecting 10th house. Again, connection between a trine and a quadrant. He is connecting 5th with 10th. Some kind of Raj Yoga, partial Raj Yoga. and 10th house is the house of honor in the society. So accessing the 10th house, he brings honor in the society, honor in king's court. So he may be a king's minister. I mean, it's not necessary that he should be a king's minister. It basically means he is in a good position in the society. King doesn't have to be a real king. Sheshu may be, I may consider Sheshu as a king, for example. If Sheshu is giving respect, that may be equivalent to a king giving respect. So he is a good counsel, and he is respected for that in the society by people, by a lot of people, and perhaps by authorities also. No. Yeah. Okay. There can be some problem with children. Yes. If the planet is afflicted, that is also a possibility. Although it is not just giving what you have, it is being deprived, not having. So that is also a possibility. Yes. He is only, for various houses there are various results, he is pointing out some, so that we know how to think. For example, miserly, we saw 12th house Argala, 12th house 6, we saw that logic, right? Like that, he wants us to become familiar with various logics, various kinds of logic. He wants us to get used to thinking. He is not giving all possible results. Of course, 6th Lord in 4th can also be bad. In general, 9th Lord in a quadrant is good, but if he is afflicted, there are some negative possibilities also, like you pointed out. Okay? So let's say one thing, Parasara will give all positives, we give all negatives. Now next verse. Suteshe sudabhavasthe shubhadhe putrava'n narah papadhe patyahinosav gunavan mitravattalah. Suteshe sudabhavasthe, if the 5th Lord is in the 5th house, good or bad? Good. Shubhadhe, Suteshe sudabhavasthe, Shubhadhe. Shubhadhe means if there is more of auspiciousness relating to the planet. Then Putravan Naraha. Then he has children. He has good children. Papadhe Apatyahinaha Asau. Papadhe means in the dominance of malefic, that means if the planet is a malefic or he is with malefic, etc. Then Apatyahinaha has no santana, has no children. No children. Gunavan Mitra, and now irrespective of it, in general result is Gunavan Mitravatsalaha. Gunavan means good character, good gunas, good nature and intelligent, and Mitravatsalaha. Yeah, basically somebody who is attached to friends and somebody to whom friends are attached to. Okay? Yeah, that is very easy. So when we come to that, I'll ask you. Okay? So if he is benefic, of course, 5th Lord in the 5th, excellent for 5th house. He basically gives good children. But if he is a malefic and if he is weak, if he is afflicted by malefic, then why does it mean no children? Because 5th house is afflicted and 5th Lord is afflicted at the same time. You are putting all your eggs in the same basket. You are buying the same company's shares, and if the company is a malefic company, you lose all your money. Like lemon butter. Actually, you don't have to give one example. There are just too many right now. So now, Papa. Okay. So if he is a malefic planet, so he is not telling you to look at 5th Lord in 5th house and try to think, okay, now I want to predict that there are no children. How can I predict? That's not the idea. That's not the dominant result. Dominant result is he is lucky with children. But he is saying, even in that case, it is possible to be childless, provided the planet is weak and afflicted. That is the lesson here. It's not that. Right. Until now, he didn't say malefic or benefic nature most of the time. So he is saying, if the planet is, if there is a lot of dominance of malefics with respect to that planet, they can even be childlessness. Okay. Gunavan, he is intelligent and he has good character. Why? Fourth house of fourth house of? Okay. So he is a good learner because he is in one house and he has Argala in the fourth house. But why is he Gunavan? Gunavan means somebody who has good character, virtuous person. Why is he good character? Okay, ninth house of Dharma, he is the ninth lord in the ninth house, so he is righteous. Righteous is fine. But virtue, where do you see from? Virtue is not, virtue is partly righteousness, but partly it is your spotlessness in terms of your actions in the society. So, you are basically kind of saying he has good honor and good reputation. Yes, from the 10th house of reputation and honor, he is the 8th lord in 8th. 8th lord in 8th is good or bad? It is good, it is Sala Yoga. Normally 8th lord is bad, but 8th lord in the 8th house is, it is Sala Yoga. So basically, with respect to his karma and honor and respect in the society, there is a Sala Yoga, straightforward nature. So he has a good reputation as a honorable person. He is honorable. And the last one is Mitravatsalaha. Why is he, okay, this is your turn, you said, you will explain this, yeah. Friends, excellent. Yeah, he is in the 7th house from 11th, so shows interactions of friends, and he is aspect in the 11th house. So he is always talking to friends and interacting with friends. So he is indeed a Mitravatsala. Good, excellent, very good. The next one, the last one. Sute cheri kubhavasthe putra shatru samo bhavet. Vrthapatyothava jato datta krita sutothava sute cheri kubhavasthe. The fifth lord is in the 6th house. Putraha, son, shatru samaha, equivalent to an enemy. Bhavet becomes. So son becomes equivalent to an enemy. So son becomes an enemy. So there is enmity with son if the fifth lord is in the 6th house. Vrtapatyaha means a dead child is born. Athava or jataha. Vrtapatyothava or Vrtapatyaha athava jata or a dead child is born. The next one is dattakrita sutothava. Otherwise, dattakrita sutaha. Datta sutaha means an adopted child. Krita sutaha means a purchase, kraya. Somebody who is acquired in a kraya means a sale activity. So he actually buys a child. So he either adopts or buys a child. Bottom line is he gets child from somebody else. So this is pointing to bad luck with child. You don't get a child, or you get a child, he is dead, or you don't get child at all, or he survives but he makes you dead, he is basically against you. So why all this? Because from the 5th house, first of all, the 5th lord of child is in the 6th house of enemy. And from the 5th house of child as Lagna, he is in Marakasthana. And especially this is applicable in the Saptamsha. We have seen some examples in the past when we did the Saptamsha long back. 5th lord in the 6th house shows the first child basically being stillborn or basically aborted, and in a couple of cases aborted without the person even knowing. So basically when the child was just a few days or month old. So these are the possibilities. So 5th lord in 60 is a very bad combination. But then he only emphasized negatives. Now can you emphasize some positive? Can you give a positive result of 5th lord in 60? You don't know positive? Because earlier when he gave positives, you point out negatives very kindly. Now he is giving only negatives, you kindly point out some positives. Yeah, 5th lord has Agra in his own house, so if he is really strong and Jupiter is strong, let's say Jupiter is associated with the 5th house, maybe it's not so bad. He will be okay with children. Moreover, when you take 5th house as the house of intelligence, is there a result that can be given for this? There is actually a yoga, I told long back. Excellent. Seshu is short today. He is a Dhimanta today. 5th lord in the 6th house, so that is Dhimanta yoga. So the person can be very smart and very intelligent in analyzing things. So that can be, he puts his intelligence to use in overcoming the obstacles. So that can be a good combination also. But in general, this okay. For his honor in the society. Not fortune. 10th house is honor and respect and activities in the society. So there can be some problems. He may not be very lucky with the career because 8th Lord in the 9th robs your luck. 8th Lord in the 9th robs the luck. And all this is from the 10th house. So luck in the career, he robs off the luck. So Seshu is giving another result apart from what Parasara has given. So the result is he is not very lucky in career. Sometimes some fortune comes and then goes away before fully blooming. He gets a good opportunity, but he may get an offer, but suddenly economy Dow may go down, and he may get a call saying, "Oh, we have a hiring freeze, so we are withdrawing your offer." Something like that. This kind of things are possible. The 5th Lord is in the 6th house. Okay, so like this, basically you can take any house as Lagna, see what's going on with respect to that house. And the thing is, in isolation we are looking at one planet. When you do this kind of analysis with all planets, then you have your hands full. Okay. So with that we will end Parasara for today. Let me